Hey everybody, Amanda here with a little treat for you. As you know, Julia and I post bonus urban legend episodes every single month to Patreon for our paying patrons. And this month's got away from us. Julia and I are vehemently disagreeing about strategies for dealing with a haunting at the end of this clip. And I thought that all of you over here in the podcast would really appreciate it. If you would like to enjoy the dozens, probably hundreds at this point, of bonus urban legend episodes we have been posting to Patreon over the last 10 years, you can go ahead and do that at patreon.com/spirits podcast. You can even sign up for a free trial, by the way. Sample it, see what you like, see the context of other ghosts of exes and whatnot that we are talking about in this episode. But more than that, more importantly, Julia's not here. I don't think she's going to listen to this. I'm right, okay? My advice at the end of this clip is right. And I just really want for you guys to tag us on social and be like, yeah, I think Amanda's right. Amanda's right. So enjoy. Thanks again to our patrons. We hope you enjoy the full episode and enjoy this little bonus Urban Legends clip. Alrighty. Malene She Her writes in with the subject, My Haunted Apartment.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hey spirits, love the podcast, long-time listener. Usually, in fact, I'm listening while working in different stables. You always bring a smile to my face and make me feel at home, even in the worst weather. And I'm from Finland, so you guys have been my only company during some bad winter and autumn storms. But horses need food every day, and clean stables every day, so thank you for the company.
That'd be true. That'd be true. I feel like we haven't had a haunted horse story in a while. I feel like we went on a little kick several years ago where we had like 5 months of Urban Legends episodes that were just like all about haunted horses.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this might be a haunted horse involved as well. Who can say though?
Well, this may be a little bit of the entree to our haunted horses, because I'm hoping that we will get more emails from Malene. So let me give you the legends we have, please. I'm considering writing in some of the most weird stuff that's happened to me, but the language barrier is a bit big. English is my third language.
Wow.
And I'm dyslexic, so feel free to change my grammar if anything strikes you as odd while reading.
Got it.
So when the pandemic hit Europe, I moved back to Finland from the Netherlands, where I had been working, also with horses, and started my own company in the equine world.
Cool.
A horse
Congratulations.
entrepreneur. A horsepreneur.
A horsepreneur is very good.
I didn't have a lot of money, but also didn't feel like living with my parents for too long in lockdown as a 24-year-old. So I found a cheap flat to rent in a nearby town. Now, this area has a bit of a reputation for being a home for some drug activity and other, quote, not so nice people. 2 blocks away from my apartment, for example, there was a murder-suicide that happened not too long before I moved in.
Hey, man, that could happen in any neighborhood too, though. So
yes, maybe why it was affordable, sadly.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a small town. Everyone knew of that particular case of the perpetrator and the victim, and the rumors were absolutely wild. I mention this just to give you a sense of the overall feeling off that the area tended to have.
Yeah.
Apartments were older, built for the most part in the 1930s, and then had been owned by the government and then used as apartments for people who were houseless and others who benefited from state services.
Gotcha.
They were cheap, not particularly well made, but available and easy to move in.
Hey, sometimes it's all you need.
I lived on the ground floor with windows that you could look into from the yard. Hate that you said that. Not windows with a view of the yard, but windows you could look into.
Yes, this is going back to the hotel in Hawaii where they're like, it's just opened up onto the ground floor. I'm like, haunted. Someone's going to be looking in there. That's how you know. That's how you know.
Lanai equals ghost easy access. I don't think so, baby.
I do not like that.
Everything started when I came home one day talking on my cell phone with my mom. I sat down on my bed and then heard weirdly a loud whistle from the hall.
Oh, no. Okay. In terms of creepy sounds, like obviously heavy footsteps, haunted, spooky, don't like. Whispers that are indistinguishable, like you can't tell what the words are being said, but you just hear whispers. Spooky, absolutely.
Rhythmic knocking. Spooky.
Loud whistle, Amanda. Where does that kind of fall into the category of spooky sounds to you?
Not. That would be confusing, but not spooky for me.
Okay. Cool.
Well, Julia, would it change matters if I told you that the whistle was distinctly from inside the apartment?
Uh-oh. Even scarier somehow.
No one was there. It was a studio apartment, just one room with my bed.
You can see everything.
My bed was 5 meters from the fridge, 8 meters from the door, and the only door like inside the apartment was to the bathroom.
Sure.
I told my mom, weirdly, just heard a whistle from inside the apartment.
Hey, just real quick, heard a whistle. Don't know what's going on with that.
Otherwise shrugged it off. Good for you, man. I would not have such a lackadaisical attitude.
I would have been like FaceTime and being like, oh, 1 second. I got to open all of my doors to figure out where that whistle came from.
Terrible. A few nights later, I was laying on my side in bed, and as I was falling asleep halfway to the land of dreams, I felt how a part of the bed behind me kind of sunk a bit.
Oh, no.
This is among Julia's least favorite tropes.
I don't like this one. This is one of it. In terms of tropes, it is one of my favorites in an actual like movie or TV show, because like the idea of like, oh, like you're a little kid and your sibling gets in bed with you and you're like, oh, come on, like make more room. Oh, your feet are really cold.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and there's no one there. Extremely good.
Yes.
So haunted. Wonderful. In real life, hate it.
Exactly right.
Yep.
It distinctly felt like someone had just gotten into bed behind me. Mind you, I live alone, don't have pets, except for the horses, but they don't sleep in the bed. I stayed still.
Imagine.
Also, yeah, horses, some of them, I don't think they sleep standing up. They do kneel down, but they need big hay. They don't want a little human bed.
Yeah.
I stayed still. Team ignore this time. And after I bit, sorry.
Uh-oh. After you bit the horse?
Nope. After a bit, I felt a cold hand, not that long, maybe the size of a child.
No.
So there I was, falling asleep, spooned by a ghost child.
No. I didn't mean to evoke this in the moment.
That's why I laughed.
No.
Okay. Whew.
Oh, God.
Bad.
No.
Later.
But hold on. I know obviously it doesn't answer this question because the email has already been written. But where on your body did you feel the tiny cold hand?
I was assuming like, if you're spooning and like one arm is up and one arm is on the side, I assumed like elbow zone, like upper arm to elbow.
My thought was like hip or elbow, and that neither of those is good.
They're too close to the middle where all my guts is. I don't want that. No.
The no man land.
In the summer, I started seeing a guy who came over. Julie's shaking her head already. Fuck no. Never see a guy. In the summer, started seeing a guy who came over to my place from time to time.
Well, you know that guy is going to get spooned by that ghost. You know that guy is going to be like, what's going on here?
My place was closer to beaches, had better parks close by and whatnot. So It was a good place to hang out. The first time he came over, it was around 2 a.m. We were going for an evening stroll at 9:30 p.m., but lost track of time and ended up walking all the way home at about 2.
I had a moment where I was like, that seems so late. And then I remembered the midnight sun and how Finland's like, because it's so far north, your days are way, way longer than like here.
Yes.
That makes more sense for me now.
Also like the young love of like, oh yeah, like we'll just go on a little stroll. And then you look up and it's past midnight and it's like, oh no. I made a joke about all the drug dealers in my backyard.
Cool.
As we walked the last part uphill to my apartment, I felt a hand on my lower back, almost like when someone is trying to urge you to walk a little bit faster.
Okay.
I said, something just touched my back, which was weird because he was holding my hand and walking beside me. We laughed it off. It was late. We had told each other ghost stories the whole walk around town.
Cool.
We were just creeping ourselves out, right? Later that night, when he spent the night at my place, I started to experience sleep paralysis. I had never experienced that before.
I love when people are like, I was experiencing sleep paralysis. And then the next line is never, I failed to mention up until this point that I constantly have sleep paralysis. No, it's always, and that was the first time it ever happened.
Well, Julia, it became a pattern because now, always, if he left and I fell back asleep, I would predictably get sleep paralysis every time.
That's horrifying.
Girl, break up with him.
Or he has to stay forever now. There's only two options. It's either break up immediately or this man cannot leave this apartment ever.
Ever again. Well, Julia, when he does leave the apartment, he said he had a, quote, funny feeling in the doorway to my apartment, goosebumps, and just the feeling that he's a bit jumpy. By the way, this is a full-grown man who does forest walks with me by midnight, not someone easily scared.
Sure.
Now, it didn't work out between the two of us long term, but we did have some fun together. I lived in my apartment, and yes, there was sometimes water unexplainably on the floor from a water glass that I was 100% sure was in the middle of my side table. There was also a weird flute playing by my window a few times at exactly 3:30 a.m.
Excuse me? Just a weird flute? What do you mean?
I had one night where I brought a one-night stand back to my place a few months after I'd broken up with this particular guy.
We just move on past the flute, huh?
Yep,
okay.
Yep. With this one-night stand, sleeping in my queen-size bed, I had the worst sleep paralysis of my entire life. I actually ended up puking afterward and spent the rest of the morning sleeping on the bathroom floor. Ooh. Later, I told the hookup that I had a migraine, but that wasn't it. As soon as he left, I went completely back to normal.
Whoa.
The next night, I was totally fine, and every night thereafter.
Is this little ghost child jealous? And they're just causing problems? I realize so. I've leaned so far away from the microphone, but like, is the little ghost child jealous, do you think?
I think the ghost child is jealous, is protective, is trying to make sure that you're okay. Let me close this email, Julia, and then we can keep speculating. I have the sense, or rather, I've since then moved, and I'm now living almost an hour away from that apartment and have not had any hauntings on my own or with dates over. But as I moved away from that town, my friend's apartment on, quote, the good side of town started to have some problems. A TV turning itself on at night, electrical weirdness, cold spots. I kind of joke that I might have left ghosts at her place instead, and I told her that if it was so, don't invite guys over, and she'll be totally fine. Stay creepy, stay cool. From Finland.
Okay. My thought before you were like, we have to wrap up. My thought before was, I'm like still harping, haha, on the flute.
Wow.
But when a small child starts to take recorder in school and all they want to do is show you that they know hot cross buns on the recorder, that's what I'm picturing at 3:30 a.m. where this child is like, wait, wake up. I know hot cross buns.
And then
that was Mary had a little lamb. Never mind.
That's really good. Maybe they were trying to how a kid will like try to pour their own drink and then it's too heavy and then it all spills. Maybe that happened with the water glass.
Oh no,
really
that's so cute.
Malene also had a PS, Julia. This is a bit long, but I'm happy to send you stories from when I was an instructor at Haunted Riding Camp.
There we go. This is what we were asking for.
Malene. Malin. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your cool Finnish name. I'm going to need that stat because now that we have teased the haunted horse-related stories, I need to know.
Yes,
I need to know.
100%. It's got to happen. We just got to make it happen.
Well, there is a jealous kid making sure that you don't have a lot of dates over. Very normal. Just go to their place or fuck in the woods safely and then come home.
Oh, you hit me pretty good with that one. Fuck, I was not expecting that. All right, cool. Yeah, go fuck in the woods.
With a tarp big enough, Julia, Amanda, it doesn't.
We simply have to, that cannot be the advice we give people. We have a strong, hey, be responsible with your ghostly activities pattern on this podcast.
Yes.
And I cannot tell these haunted people, hey, go fuck in the woods. I can't do that. I can't in good conscience do that.
Can they fuck in the woods if it's midnight sun?
No.
Oh, why not?
No, because they're gonna get like axe murdered in the woods, Amanda. That's where Jason lives.
Okay, how about you have the date over, but they don't sleep over?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
That's okay.
We can compromise on that.
I think your advice of just go to their place, we can leave it at that. We don't have to say kick them out immediately. We don't have to say, yeah, go fuck in the woods. We can just tell them, hey, go over to their place or get a motel for a couple of hours. I don't know how it works in Finland, but we have those here. Just, God, no, we can't tell them go fuck in the woods, Amanda. We can't do it.
Okay, Julia, on 3, we're going to say our best advice to the conspirators out there. If they meet a cutie and it's like 10 p.m. and you don't want to bring them over to your place, 1, 2, 3.
Don't fuck in the woods.
Till next time.
God
love
damn
you.
it. Stay creepy.
Stay cool.
Later, satyrs.
That was a clip of this month's bonus Urban Legends episode posted exclusively in video and audio form for our patrons at patreon.com/spiritspodcast. Go on over, sign up at any tier, or even do a free trial to enjoy the rest of this episode and so many more. Patreon.com/spiritspodcast.